support for Ukraine, NATO's security framework, defense spending and collaboration in the defense industry. These were the key topics discussed on January 13th by the defense ministers of Poland, Italy, Germany, France and the UK. Ukrainian Defense Minister Rustem Umerov also participated in the meeting via video conference. He emphasized that the ministers from the 5 countries reaffirmed their commitment to continuing military assistance to Ukraine.
An important achievement was the adoption of defense coalition roadmaps through 2027. This sends a clear signal that Europe is ready to plan its support for Ukraine for years to come. Rustem Umerov, Minister of Defense of Ukraine, on Facebook.
The Ukrainian Defense Ministry also reported plans to develop the defense industry. Ukraine intends to reach a record production of $35 billion in arms by 2025, with $17 billion financed by the Ukrainian government. The remaining funds are expected to come from allied nations. For example, the UK has pledged to fund the production of air defense systems and long-range weaponry in Ukraine. Poland's Ministry of Defense emphasized that discussions focused on strengthening allied cooperation, particularly in supporting Ukraine against Russian aggression.
We reaffirmed allied support for Ukraine as well as our commitment to providing donations and training soldiers. Most importantly, our discussions with Minister Umerov centered on enhancing production capacities between Europe and Ukraine, between our and Ukrainian companies.
Italian Minister of Defense Guido Crosetta believes the new format should accelerate Europe's shift in defense mentality. One key goal, he said, is to strengthen cooperation with the European defense industry. Germany, during the second meeting of E5 defense chiefs, proposed an initiative to establish a working group. According to Boris Pistorius, this group will focus on strengthening the European defense industry. The E5 plans to accelerate weapons procurement from European defense companies and secure loans to expand defense production capabilities.
We know about the importance of Rzeszów as a major logistics node for support for Ukraine. I will travel to Rzeszów myself still in January, and you can certainly assume that our Patriot systems will begin operating in Rzeszów this month. We need even greater military and financial support. Germany and France are among the wealthiest countries in the world. Financially, they are capable of providing us with substantial assistance and support over an extended period. At the same time, they can continue investment in their own countries and raising their standards. For instance, as NATO members, they can increase their domestic military spending to 3 to 4% of GDP.
The first meeting of the 5 defense ministers took place in Berlin in November 2024, following Donald Trump's victory in the US presidential election. Poland's defense minister announced that the next meeting will be held in Paris soon. It will include NATO's Secretary General Mark Rutte, High Representative of the EU for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy Kaja Kallas, and the new European Commissioner for Defense and Space, Andrius Kubilius. The agenda will focus on financing and developing Europe's defense industry. Reported by Katerina Bastun, KD, UATV News.